Welcome to my video where I'm going to tell you all the basics you need to know about crocheting, absolutely for beginners. Crocheting is a craft that can be learned easily and you can make progress very fast. Just don't give up at the beginning because the first few pieces are going to be horrible. I suggest you to start with amigurumis, not with clothes. This is my first ever crochet piece. As you can see, it looks horrible. Poor little fox. The stitches are all off where I changed the color. It looks very, very bad. But see, like this is where I started in March. This cute little bunny is one of my latest pieces. You can see the huge progress that I made since March in just a few months. The stitches are perfect. It looks so much better. It's very cute and actually it could be sold. That's the quality that I am right now. Time to get into the details, the yarns, the hooks, the other accessories that you need, also the stitches. So let's dive in, shall we? First and foremost, we have the yarns. This is a thinner yarn. As you can see, it's usually made out of cotton or acrylic or polyester. It depends. You can find it in various stores, even in supermarkets, so it's easier to get. But it's harder to see the stitches on it because it's smaller. So as a completely beginner, I suggest you to get a thicker, a more fluffier yarn like this chenille, or how is it pronounced, yarn, which is perfect for amigurumis. The hook slides on it like butter. The stitches are bigger on it, so it's easier to keep track, especially as a complete beginner. I made this bunny out of this yarn. As you can see, it's very cute. It's very soft. These are the different kinds of yarns size-wise. I suggest you to try out more if you can afford it and see which ones do you like, which ones do you prefer. Let's talk about the hooks. As you can see, there are different types of hooks, again, which can be very confusing, especially for a beginner. There are full metal ones, there are ones with rubber handles, there are full wooden ones. You really need to try out as much as you can to see which ones do you prefer. The smaller hooks are usually made out of full metal, as you can see on these two, and the thicker ones have the rubber handle or they are made out of wood. The size of the hooks are always on them. As you can see, this is a 4.5 millimeter hook, and the other one has the size on it too. It's a 3.5 millimeter hook. The size of the hooks is important when it comes to the thickness of the yarn. So the packaging of the yarn usually has the recommended size of the hook. This has a 5 millimeter to 6 millimeter recommendation, as you can see. This is just a guideline. You can use a bigger or a smaller hook depending on which one do you feel more comfortable with. These are the different kind of hooks that I use for the different kind of yarns, just so you can see what I mean of the differences, and you really need to like try out everything on your own to see which ones do you prefer. It will take a month or two for sure. Let's see all the materials that you will need before starting to crochet. 3 hooks is recommended, a smaller one, a medium one, and a bigger one. These are the 3 hooks that I always use. I don't need more at the moment. So yeah, starting with 3 ones are optional, but it's a good start. Plastic needles are needed for the sewing part as well. Also some stitch markers, which came in packages like this. I'm going to show you how it looks. So it's a little lock that you can just lock in place for the first stitch of the row, so you know where you're going to finish your row. If you don't have these, you can also use bobby pins, which works such as good, if not better, as stitch markers. Honestly, stitch markers can break very easily, as you can see, so bobby pins can be better. Try out both, see which one do you like, and use that. Some packages of safety eyes. If you are creating amigurumis, the bigger amigurumis you are making, the bigger eyes you will need, obviously. Also, you will need some scissors as well to cut the yarn. And that's it. These are the essentials that you will need before starting to crochet, obviously other than the yarn itself. If you have all of this, then you are ready to go. Also look for patterns online, videos for beginners. 2 things you need to know. Bags and clothes usually start with chains. And amigurumis like this bunny, my phone doesn't want to focus. And amigurumis start from a magic ring. I'm going to show how to do both in just a second. In order to make a chain, you will need to start with a slip knot. So I'm going to show you how to do it. Grab 2 of your fingers and rotate the yarn like this. And if you rotated it, just grab the tail, which is not the working yarn, and just pull it to get a loop, which you can easily tighten. And see, like you just pull it and it gets smaller, and you can place the hook inside of it, and you have your slip knot ready. From the slip knot, we can start the chaining yarn over on the hook and pull it through that loop that we just created with the slip knot. And you have the first chain. Again, yarn over, pull it through, and you have another chain. This is how simple it is. Yarn over, pull it through, and just continue it. And you are chaining already. You have a whole row of beautiful little chains, as you can see. So these chains are the basic for the clothes, but they are also used in amigurumi, so now you can use them in both. Now I'm going to show you how to make a magic ring. So you will need your 2 fingers again. Put the yarn around them so they are crossing in the front. That's very important. Now grab your hook and pull it through and grab the second yarn. As you pull it through, you create a little, like twist it and create a little loop. Sorry, my phone doesn't want to focus. Let me just fix it just in a second. Yeah, so yarn over and pull it through that little loop that you just created. And you have your magic ring, which you can pull and tighten, resize it, which is very important for amigurumis. You will see it later. So now you have the magic ring. That's it. There's another way to do a magic ring, which is important, especially if you use chenille yarn, which can break easily. And now I'm going to show you how to do it. First, slip knot, as I showed you previous in this video. Then tighten it, insert the hook. And now you're going to chain 2. So 1 and 2. It's a little bit harder to pull it through. Now you have 2 chains. And all the single crochets that your pattern writes, instead of putting into the magic ring, you put all the single crochets in the second chain from the hook. In the same chain, put all the 6, 8 single crochets that the pattern says. And you can see all the single crochets there. It will look just like the other magic ring, and you don't need to tighten it. Now it's time to learn the different crochets. These are single crochets. As you can see on the top, there are the little stitches which are formed as V's. They have 2 little loops and they are 1 stitches. I'm going to show you how to create this pattern. Okay, so as you can see, there are the stitches on the top, the V's. You need to insert your hook through 1 V, that's 1 stitch. And then yarn over, pull it through that stitch. Now you have 2 little loops on your hook. Now you need to yarn over again and pull it through both loops. And now you have your single crochet. That's how easy it is. So again, insert hook through a stitch. Yarn over, pull it through the stitch. Now you have 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over again, pull it through the 2 loops, and you have your single crochet. This is how easy it is. Now it's time for the slip stitch. Okay, so now insert hook into the stitch, yarn over again, pull up a loop. But instead of yarning over again, you pull that loop through the other loop, and this is the slip stitch. I will show you again. Insert hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, and that loop needs to be pulled through the other loop, and this is the slip stitch. Now it's time for you to learn the double crochet. Okay. Now yarn over the hook before you insert it into the stitch. Now insert it into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now, as you can see, you have 3 loops on the hook instead of the 2. Yarn over, pull it through only 2 loops. Now you need to yarn over again and pull it through the 2 remaining loops. And that's a double crochet. I'm going to show you again. So yarn over, insert hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over again, pull it through 2 loops only. Now yarn over again and pull it through the other 2 loops, and this is the double crochet. Next is going to be the half double crochet. Yarn over again before inserting the hook into the stitch, just like you did at the double crochet. Now you have the 3 loops, but instead of pulling through only 2 loops, you pull it through all 3 loops. This is why it's half double crochet, and it's half the size as the double crochet. So again, insert hook, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on the hook, and you pull it through all 3 loops, and this is the half double crochet. Now it's time for a more complicated one, the triple crochet. Yarn over twice before you insert your hook into the stitch. Insert it, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now you have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull it through 2 loops only. As you can see, it can be messy. Don't feel bad if making a mistake. You can always start over. So yarn over twice before you insert your hook into the stitch. Then insert it, stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now you have 4 loops. Yarn over, pull it through 2 loops only. Then yarn over again, pull it through another 2 loops. And yarn over once again and pull it through the 2 loops. So basically you pull it through 2 loops 3 times. This is why it's triple crochet. Again, yarn over twice, insert hook into the stitch, pull it up, yarn over, pull it through 2 loops only, yarn over, pull it through another 2 loops. My phone doesn't want to focus again. So yarn over, pull it through 2 loops, yarn over the last time and pull it through the remaining 2 loops, and this is your triple crochet. This is the highest crochet of them all. Now you can ask, what if I made a mistake before, like for example in the beginning of this row? What can I do? You can always just pull the yarn and you will get back to that specific point where you messed up. So it's very easy to correct your mistakes in crocheting. Here I'm going to show you the differences between the different kinds of crochet. So this is the single crochet, this is the half double crochet, this is the double crochet, and this last one is the triple crochet. You can see the height difference between these 4 crochets. You also need to be familiar with increase and decrease. So if you have your magic ring, you already did your single crochets. As you can see, now I'm going to show you how to do an increase. So insert hook into the stitch. It can be a little bit tight. Pull up a loop. Now do a single crochet as you would. But now instead of going to the next stitch, you're going to do another single crochet into the same exact stitch. And this is the increase. So compared to the previous row, you will have 2 stitches instead of 1 stitch, and this is why it is called an increase. So it's always 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. Now I'm going to show you how to do a decrease, which is going to be a little bit more complicated. So insert hook, but only in the front loop of the stitch. So the V, which you can see just the front loop, and insert into the other stitch's front loop. So you have 2 front loops. Pull it through the 2 loops. It's very hard. It can be so hard. And then you pull it through like a single crochet. So this is something I hate. Insert hook into 2 front loops at the same time, then yarn over, pull up a loop, and then yarn over again and pull it through the 2 loops. So this is the decrease, and this is when instead of 2 stitches you're going to have only 1. The next thing I'm going to show you is a bubble stitch. So a bubble stitch is unfinished double crochets, usually 5 unfinished double crochets. So yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over again, pull it through, but now you don't yarn over and pull it through, just yarn over and insert your hook into the stitch again and pull up a loop. So you do this usually 5 times, and you collect a lot of loops on your hook. And at the end, when you finished it, you're going to yarn over and pull it through all of the loops on your hook, which can be so tricky. It's so annoying, but the end is adorable. So to secure a bubble stitch, you usually do a single crochet next in the next stitch. So do a single crochet and pull it so the bubble stitch can just pop up and be an actual bubble stitch. I'm also going to show you how to switch colors. So I like to switch colors after like I pulled up a loop, and before finishing a single crochet, I grab the other colored yarn. Just a second, yeah. So I grab the other yarn and pull it through the 2 loops with that new color. So at the end it's going to look more seamless than if you do it in another way. Obviously you can do it in another way, but this is the method that I prefer and I suggest you to do whenever you need to change color. And that was all. I think I showed everything you need to know before you start crocheting. I hope you liked this video and you found it useful. Please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Goodbye.